Good day and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. In this video, thought we could take a look at the Midnight World of Warcraft Midnight expansion gameplay reveal trailer. I didn't want to react to the cinematic one, mainly because I'm worried some people don't want spoilers. Also, I think those are just cool to experience for yourself and have your own opinions. But if you have opinions on it, let me know in the comments down below. I just wanted to do something a bit different and talk about what it looks like Midnight is revealing for us. We'll take a look at it and see what else is coming, discuss a little bit, and yeah, see how things go. So let's take a look. Right away, sorry. I know I just said, but right away, obviously there will be some spoilers in this video, of course, because it's obviously talking about the next expansion. So just click away if you're really desperate to avoid any.
The light flickers, and in its tremble.
So the first one they're going to talk about is housing. Obviously, they'll mention it probably later on in the video. But the thing is, the housing I'll have a lot to say about, but we'll have to see what happens. Let's skip here. There we go.
Closing in. It hungers to devour everything. Our home, our kin, our hope. We cannot.
So I'm just going to take it back a little bit and talk kind of like about the zones here. So Quel'Thalas, Silvermoon City, this whole area, this kind of like northern part of I think it's the Eastern Kingdoms. Of the Eastern Kingdoms. That whole area looks like it's going to be reworked, and this is something that I think has been well overdue. Silvermoon's always been like super duper popular during TBC. I played a lot of Blood Elves, so it was a super big area for me. I loved it. And then it just fell off a cliff. Like, unless you make a Blood Elf and decide to go through the process of leveling through there, it is so separable from the Horde experience, which is so Orgrimmar centered, and it is so separable from anything to do with the Alliance because of now, like, Truceful Glades and what's happened there with the undead and everything. So it's just that area is like a dead zone. Like, unless you're questing there specifically or doing something there with a goal in mind, it is an absolute dead zone. So I'm very happy that they're revisiting it to kind of bring back the city of Quel'Thalas, or the region, and obviously Silvermoon. Like, you can see everything being reworked. It's really, really nice. What that means for Blood Elves is going to be super interesting. Zuzaman and all these other kind of areas. This new Harandar, which I think is going to be an island, all look pretty great. Very kind of like, this gives me a lot of back to kind of BFA vibes a little bit, but obviously mixed with the Void. So understandably so because of the trolls. But yeah, there's definitely that vibe going on. Short glimpse here, lots of purple. Harandar is a new location. We'll see a race with them as well. I think looks pretty cool. It's got that kind of like the Grand Warlords of Draenor feel, and then the Void Swarm, which is very similar, at least I think, to the TBC, the final region where you do Kael'thas's raid. It feels like it's going to be very similar, very fractured. You can kind of see flying portals, lots of rocks, crystals, barren areas. So I think it's going to be pretty similar to that. So yeah.
Our home, our kin, our hope. We cannot succumb to.
So in terms of housing, housing is exciting. and I understand because people have wanted housing for years in World of Warcraft. It is not going to be like this. I did Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy for a very long time. I played it all the way up to Endwalker. I cleared the whole thing. I did Savage Raids. I played Final Fantasy for a long time. Final Fantasy has a housing system. Housing is incredibly cool if you have a group of players that engage with your housing system. Visiting each other's houses, doing RP there, engaging with people, your guild, etc. If you don't have that aspect, housing becomes quite boring quite quickly. Once you've decorated your house once or twice, it's not a lot of fun if no one's visiting it. So it's going to be interesting to see if they bring some kind of utility to houses. It would be pretty cool, even if it is in very small amounts, to even be able to grow herbs or to do certain things there. I think that would ultimately be well worth it. I do like things like this. Could be interesting to see. They let you display a mount at any given time. Could be very fun and cool.
Hope.
So yeah, housing, very interesting.
We must not falter. There will be no.
So the new prey feature, for people who maybe don't know, the new prey feature could be interesting. Essentially, it is almost like a nemesis mechanic from Shadow of Mordor, where there are going to be specific rare entities or enemies that will actually hunt you down rather than you hunting them down. How strong these rares will be a big question of debate. I don't foresee this being, I foresee it being interesting. I don't foresee it being something that is an end-game thing. I think it would just be a fun deviation to have a rare randomly pop out hunting you during a quest when you are first traveling through an area. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be a pivotal end-game change. That's just my thoughts.
Without suffering. No survival without sacrifice.
So let's talk about the Haranar, because I think that's super important to also talk about. I don't like this race. I really don't. Not that they are ugly or anything, but it is just another elf troll derivative race. A little bit of tusks. They're kind of like cat people. To cut a long story short, they're like cat, troll, elf hybrids. The reason I'm not a fan is because it's just another heavily bipedal night elf kind of, we've got the Voidborn, the Nightborn, we've got night elves, we've got blood elves, we've got void elves. It's just a lot in the same direction. I think it's for people who want to have a troll but don't, and for people who want to have a night elf but don't. That's kind of what I feel like. How they'll actually end up being, we'll see. I'm not a huge fan, but a new race is always fun. Other people will like them, so I'm not going to get too into it. Where were we?
Don't you? The call of the void, that devouring host with no mercy.
So this is probably my favorite.
No equal.
Probably my favorite change that they have is this new spec for Demon Hunters. I think 2 spec classes are not cool. I think having a 3rd spec, whatever that is, and this looks interesting because this is a ranged attack from a Demon Hunter. So maybe their demon form will be the ability to cast ranged moves, which would be absolutely tremendously interesting. Because for anyone who played the original Warcraft 3, the big thing of the metamorphosis for Illidan was actually that he became a ranged class. So he went from being a melee class to being ranged, tossing out those big fireballs that he used to do, which became a huge staple of obviously Dota 3's character, Terrorblade, it hasn't shown at all with Demon Hunters. So I'm super excited to see that they are bringing that in. So I think that could be super duper interesting. The rest of the trailer does give a little bit of a heads up into some more things. I think we get some pretty good look at these weapons, very notably so. And I think, you know, we obviously get some really, really nice kind of feedback on those. So for me, it's definitely looks cool. We can see here everything that kind of we went through and mentioned. They are going to streamline the leveling experience again. They're going to update Exile's Reach. They're going to update Dragonflight so people can engage with the story. A new 40 versus 40 battleground is pretty cool. Obviously, there'll be new delves. Eversong Woods is being redone. Suleiman, like I said, that whole northern section. The Haranir, we can get a better look at them there, obviously, but yeah, new race, which I think is okay. Again, not a huge fan, but it's fine. Dream Homes and Azeroth, this will be a huge thing that we'll have to do a video on, obviously, at some point. New specialization, so this is unique ranged abilities ripped from your enemies, which I think is really, really, really super interesting a concept to do, so I think that's fantastic. New raids, dungeons, delves, I mean, this is all stuff we'll experience, which will be fantastic. New PvP battleground, revamped experience, and of course the standard collector's edition pack, which you can do to buy and collect. It comes with pictures for your house. So yeah, basically, for me personally, I think it's great. I think it all looks cool. I don't have a problem with anything shown here. Like I said, even though I don't personally like the race's appearance, there'll be people that do. Everything here for me is stuff I've wanted, so I'm quite happy. I've always wanted Eversong Woods, Zulaman, Harandar, Voidstorm. Not specific to the zones, but I wanted that region of the map to kind of be redone and relooked at, because for me the aesthetic is so appealing. The housing feature, like I said, there's problems with it, but it is still cool. People have wanted it for a while. And then we obviously have a whole bunch of really good stuff. So for me, that's really just my thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear yours. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.